Okay. The last part here, okay, and talk about the present perfect is to compare between the past simple and the present perfect. Okay. نقارن بينهم. When do we use the past perfect? When do we use the simple past? When do we use the simple past? And when do we use the past with the present perfect? Both of them, both simple past and present perfect, they talk about an action that started in the past that happened in the past. Okay, وجه التشابه بينها. Okay, both of them refer to actions in the past. Now, when do we use this or that? Okay, first I'm going to remind you of the difference in structure. Okay, and then we are going to talk about the difference in usage also. Now, if you pay attention in form, the simple past, we usually have the subject plus verb. Okay, the verb is verb 2, either ed or irregular. Okay, while in the present perfect, we have subject plus auxiliary verb have or has plus past participle, verb 3. Now, in the sentence, in the negative, we usually have subject plus didn't plus the infinitive or a base form, if you remember. Okay, and if we want to make a question, we use the auxiliary verb did, then the subject, then the base form. Okay. Now here we usually have subject, verb in the present perfect, has or have plus past participle. Okay, in affirmative, negative, he or any other subject, plus has or have and not, hasn't, haven't, and then the past participle form. Okay, if we want to ask a question, we will put have or has at the beginning, subject, and then the past participle form. Have they written a poem? Okay, did you write a poem? Okay, they haven't written a poem. She didn't write a poem. Okay, so this is when we use how do we form the present perfect and the simple past. Now, if you notice the usage here, in the simple past, there are certain keywords that we use. Yesterday, a week ago, last year, last month, 100 of years ago, in the past, all of these keywords. In the present perfect, mainly I can use just, yet, already, lately, since, for. Sometimes you can use when, okay, or before or after, sometimes. Okay, now pay attention to this, to the examples. Now, in the simple past, the difference between simple past and the present perfect mainly is when we will talk about the action, okay, that is done and finished in the past. Okay, when we talk about repeated actions, one-time actions in the past. When we talk about actions that one action that happened and then another one that happened, and all of them are in the past. Okay, you see the examples here. We visited a museum yesterday. It's done. The action انتهت. Okay, because we have yesterday. Every morning she did her exercise in the past. For example, when she was in high school, or when she was in, for example, college. We're talking about every morning, but in the past. 1 hour ago, he loaded his door. He locked his door, and left the house. So 2 actions, 2 things, okay, about an hour ago, okay, in the past. Now, what you notice about the past, all of these, the actions that are done, the repeated actions, many actions in the past, all of them, they happened at most of the time at specific points of time. We have yesterday. We have 1 hour ago. We have in 1990. Specific time. What is the meaning of specific? محدد. Okay. فالsimple past. Okay. Simple past. Okay. مرتبط ب specific point of time. فلاحظوا عندنا yesterday, a week ago, last year إلى آخره. Okay. Specific points. Now with the present perfect, we already know. It doesn't talk about specific points. Okay. It cares about either the duration, okay, or things that are related to the present. Okay. أما تتأكد على duration. تذكر duration قلنا استمرارية في الحدث. How long was it? Or it talks about when did it start? For example, since, and it went on. Or it talks about the relation to the present, the effect on the present. Okay, so this is the main difference. Now let's take a look at this here, the two examples before we finish talking about the present perfect. Now in the first example, I have I, then the email 2 days ago, and then I have the verb send. Now what is the correct form of the verb here? Okay, here is it am I going to say, to use the present perfect and say I have sent, or would I say I sent, verb 2? So if I take a look at 2 days ago, 2 days ago, it's a specific point of time, so it's not present perfect. So I have to use simple past. The verb 2, simple past means verb 2, so I'm going to say here sent. Sent. This is the correct form. Sent. Okay. Now what about the second sentence? I his emails for 3 years. Keep. Now where is the key word? 3 years. For 3 years. Okay. This means that I need to connect the verb with the present perfect form. Now present perfect means auxiliary verb have or has plus past participle. Now which form I'm going to use? Have or has? Since I have the subject I, so I need to put have. Okay, so have. And since we have the verb keep, I have to use verb 3, so I'm going to use the correct form of verb 3, which is kept. I have kept. Okay? Okay, so these are some examples. Okay, and well, next time we're going to look at some examples and exercise about the present perfect and the simple past. Thank you.